Hello, everybody.
Well, hello.
Hey, Bob. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I was
Looks
waiting.
like-
I saw the email. I was like, hey, usually they wait a little while before they get people in.
Yeah. I was getting a little bit nervous there. Houston showed up just in the nick of time when the intro's ending. Yeah, Bob. I was hoping we'd get Bob on early tonight anyway, so he could give us an update on the weather down there, buddy.
Well, as I was watching the pre-show and talking in the chat, all of a sudden my power just went out. So
Oh wow,
it's starting to pick up. And here we don't have all those fancy underground utilities, right? We got poles with wires running from them. So we're waiting to see. It's supposed to hit around 5 in the morning. So we're just hanging in.
there's some other big on your way, right, Bob? The Bug Man.
Yeah, Chris, the Bugman 1966. He's in Charleston. We've got Larimore is in Florence, South Carolina. They're both near the coast. I'm a little more inland than they are. And then
we're all thinking about you guys and keeping you in our prayers that the storm intensity continues to die down.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll kind of break up as soon as it hits land or whatever it's going to do, and just kind of turn into a lot of windy rain and hopefully that'll be it.
Yeah.
But you never know. The Lord's going to do what the Lord's going to do, and we're just gonna play it out, And Lord willing, the bees will be fine. The pigs, chickens, dogs, house, cars, all that stuff will be fine. Hopefully,
right?
Yeah.
And we'll just do our best. That's all we can do, and then pick up the pieces when we're done, and put my chainsaw blade on correctly next time to cut up all these limbs.
Yeah. They don't cut very well on their own backwards, do they?
No, not very good at all.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. Hillbilly Hives Live. We're hoping Earl will get in here, anytime soon. But we've got a really good show plan for you tonight. We got special guest you may have seen in the description, RICKEY ROARK, HORIZONTALBEES.com. We're real excited to. Most of y'all probably know Ricky. If you don't, you're gonna get a chance to get to know Ricky better. And we'll get him in here in a little while. I just got a text from him. He's he'll be ready in a little while. Awesome. Houston, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Trying to get adapted to the weather change. It's already, getting close to winter already on us.
Cooling
Kentucky's
down.
weird. It just kind of happens all at once usually.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got maybe a little cold going on.
Yeah. Like I said, the weather change. It's just getting used to it, I guess. It was 38 the other morning, and so ice on the windshield. So time to pull out the long johns and get ready for it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
It was in the 60s here. Yesterday during the day it was in the 70s, but it stayed in the 60s today. So it is definitely cooling off.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll be building fires before long.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, good deal. We also got a giveaway tonight. Gunline Bees has offered to do a giveaway and of some Apex biologics.
What's that product you're talking about? I've never heard of it before.
Yeah. Once you tell them, Bob, what we're talking about.
Well, obviously, everybody's been very gracious in helping us with the pre-orders and ordering it early. And magically, today, Johnny, me, and Earl all got our shipments in. So we are shipping. And that's been an event today for sure, printing out labels and boxing up stuff and sending it. But it is obviously I can't take credit for it, right? Ian Stepler was the help test it and uses it. And I figure if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me, right? And if he's willing to spend the extra money to, if he's willing to spend that extra money to put it on all of his colonies that he's got, it must be doing something good for him. And, I've noticed some things. I haven't been on there long, just over a brood cycle. So it is a test in progress, right? So, and it's the time of the year. It's starting to cool down, but I know I've pulled some brood frames out. I sent you that picture the other day, and it was a full slab of brood. So we'll just, keep it going. And he's tested it for, over 5 years. And so knowing him and his success, that's good enough for me. You know what I mean? I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm just, we were in the right place at the right time to be able to be distributors for the United States. So we jumped on the opportunity. So, what can you say?
Real, I'm real eager to try it, Bob, and hopefully be able to get some video footage of the success of it.
Well, it is that timing thing, right? So it gets to that point to where you're feeding it, and they might be doing better than they were last year, but it's getting cooler, so they're starting to brood down at the same time. So it's it's just the time it became available, and I like it. My bees like it. They appear to like it, and so we're just going to keep rocking and rolling with it.
Yeah. We keep getting a lot of good reports of folks that have used it for a while. And
I actually had someone contact me and decided they want to sell it in their store, in their beekeeping supply store. So I am in process of hooking them up with a reseller so they can start selling it. So it's working good. Can't complain at all,
Awesome. Yeah, well, good deal. Well, let's see. Also too, I heard from a Spanky earlier today, and I know I'm sure most of y'all know Spanky. If you don't, he's the Filament Corner, and his mom has got an Etsy site, and we mentioned that site, and also Spanky's got some stuff on there for sale as well, some hot honey and stuff like that. And we mentioned her site last week, and they apparently got some sales from that, and they were so appreciative. They're offering $5 off on $25 or more order on their site, and I'm gonna post that link up.
They've got some nice soap. When Spanky sent me the hot honeys, they also included 2 of the bars of soap, and they're real nice bars of soap. So,
and they said to use the coupon code. Here's a direct link to it. The coupon code is HHL 5 off. And so I thought that was very, very kind of them to offer that. Like you mentioned, the soap, Bob, there's a bunch of comments on there, positive comments about how much people love that soap.
Who can?
Looks like, hey, we got Earl coming in. All right.
Maybe. There he is.
There he is.
Where have y'all been? Where have y'all been? Where have y'all been? No excuses. It's 8 o'clock every time. Everybody knows what time it is. There's no excuses. Where have y'all been?
Well, you know me. I freaked out, and I sent Bob a message at the last minute. Then Houston showed up just right on time.
I actually saw the email before I saw.
Oh, you did?
Saw the text. I didn't see the text. I was already in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Earl.
Boom! I'm gone again.
Well, we can hear him at least.
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to get my hat.
So,
How y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we got a feedback. We got a feedback loop since you came in, Earl. Is there anything else on, buddy?
Not no more.
You know what? Good. And this is only some of the pre-orders, y'all. This is only some of them.
Yeah.
We just showing our business.
Well, they can't. But these are the ones that I emailed y'all.
I think he's saying thank you.
Yeah, that's a thank you for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's awesome, man. It's what amazes me is how people don't really know what. Hello, Mr. Greg Burns, and hello, Brian. Hello, Phil. I'm late on my hellos to everybody. Big hello to had a good talk with Mr. Greg Burns tonight. Great talk. And sometimes you just connect with somebody, you get to talk a little while, and you just feel like you get to know them a little better than you did before you started. I like that. That's awesome. And Southwest Ohio Bees Tim, what's up? And Sawmill Charlie right there, as always.
Sawmill, yeah.
Good sir. Man, we love our
Good to see you,
people, man.
Charlie.
We love being around y'all. We like just hanging out with everybody and just being a part of the community. And we appreciate y'all inviting us in your lives. Have a little bee chat and talk. It touches me, man. It really does.
Yeah. Well, hey, good to see you, Earl. How things going, buddy? Is it a little windy up there today?
Well, it was awfully cool at an average of about, well, we got 53 degrees today. But oddly enough, we'd have the sun to come out, pop in on them. I guess it'd get up to about, hottest we got today is probably about 55, 56. But even at 53, there's out there just getting it, man. Just as long as the sun was shining, they was just fine with it. Seemed to be having a good time. And it seemed like there's plenty of them in the box. And just like always, some of them been getting around that crack, wanting to get in on my juice I got in there for my girls. But whenever I open up that side on that flow hive, they're just as calm in there as they can be. Just like nothing. I just like, yeah, they got it under control. It makes me feel good. And I've ever had one problem out of it, a real bad storm, talking about my entrance, and a real bad storm blocked the entrance. And once I dug it open, I never did have no problem. But I run an extremely small entrance, especially this time of year. It's probably just wide enough for a squeeze two bees in, one on top of the other one,
Call it a needle gate, huh, Earl?
Well, whatever it takes to keep out the hornets.
Yeah.
I wanted it bigger than them to give them a fighting chance, because once those hornets, unless they can completely close that entrance off, they can't do nothing with them hardly.
Yeah.
Talking about European hornets.
Right.
Yellow jackets.
I found that there was one dead on top of one of my hives. I was hoping the honeybees had killed it. I'm sure I didn't when I threw that lid at it that day.
You remember I told you I had some hives in the past that them old mountain bees come out and slaughter them, and stuff going on?
Yeah.
They tried that with this hive out here, and I know they did because I picked up about 25 of them. Black bees dead, laying at the bottom. No entrance.
No,
entrance denied. Entrance denied.
No match for Earl's girls, were they?
Not this time. They was not. No, sure wasn't. Got their butts whooped. I doubt they even got to go home and tell anybody about it. I got to watching them, and them old yellow jackets would come, and they won't even get down next to the entrance. They get around that old crack, they'll go right to them. Get out of here,
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting next time I go in and look at them, which I don't know when that's going to be. I don't have a clear sight of temperature above 70 no time in the future. And Bob's getting threatened with hurricanes. And it's really worrisome. And I put out a video. I'm worried about our people down in Florida.
Yeah, me too, Earl. We were talking about that before you came on. Our beekeeping.
We're talking about you're the one late.
Yeah. I was tripping all right. But Bob, hey, you were talking about strapping down, your hives. Did you do that, or what?
I did not. We're gonna roll the dice.
Yeah.
I've only got a limited number of straps. I didn't buy more straps when I multiplied all my colonies this year. So when I went out today doing everything I had to do, I was going to buy straps until I realized, well, everybody must be strapping down for the hurricane because they don't have many straps around here anymore. So we're gonna hope, just hope and pray.
Yeah. Well, they probably got them propolized up pretty good.
Oh yeah, I have to pry them all along the box even to get them to open up. So they did good on that end. So
yeah,
I seen Florida's already got over 100-mile-an-hour winds right now. I think all the way up to 130 is what they was estimating. So
yeah,
and some pretty high winds, coming up your way.
Went back over the ocean, and it was just a tropical storm. Now I think it's back to a Category 1 or something. So we'll see.
I seen that one lady, Bob, at I think she does that fuzzy nuggets with her kids, and she had taken out some of those things that you put your dogs out in the yard with, and had screwed them down in both sides of her hive, and running a rope across them or a ratchet strap across them or whatever, and
Just
tied
them
them down with their doggy tie outs. I thought that was a cool thing. You might could try that. I know you have puppies.
Yeah, got a couple left. I got two dogs left.
Get on your side, girl.
Who was that kid you recommended, Bob? I forget his channel name. The community post today.
Goodness, I have to look that. Hold on.
His channel name. The community post today.
That's my loop. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I just happened to see him in my suggested feed, so I wasn't familiar with his site before, but he's only got about probably 20 something subs, and maybe more now since
he's over 30 now. I think.
Wildwoods Honeybee Farms. Well,
I noticed he had a separate guitar channel where he's playing guitar on it. So he's trying.
He had 20 when I got there, and now he's got 34. So he is growing. Hopefully, people will comment and tell him we saw him. I'd like to get that kid on a stream. I think
it was pretty cool.
I think it's interesting when young people are involved. Because
right.
That's what it's about, passing your knowledge from one generation to the next, right? Earl, your grandpappy sent it to you, and you're going to pass it to your kids and pass it to other people out there. So I think it's always good when we can push that forward. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on y'all's stream. I can't do it from the feed, but I can drop the link in the chat. So I will do that as soon as I get back over there. Got too many screens open. Too many screens. Let's see. Here we go.
It looked like his little brother was doing the filming, and I think he's even smaller than the guy doing all the hosting.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was real cool.
Two brothers.
They got to be what, 6th grade or something,
Yeah, they're young. They're young kids. So, if you guys can go over there and click, give them a like, a thumbs up, tell them Johnny sent you. And, help him out, help him get some more subs. He's at what did I say, 34? So, get him a couple more. Which I thought his last topic was pretty interesting. It wasn't really... He was explaining the difference between a beekeeper and a bee haver. And, it wasn't like, oh, this is a hive inspection. This is a hive tool. He was going for it. What his,
Cliff Strule done that on beekeeping today. I had to post that. He done that too. But he don't make a lot of friends when he talks like that. He's mean to some people's ways, whereas I feel like, look, you do your bees, I do my bees, and let's all have fun and have bees, but at the same time, if what I'm doing will help somebody, I'm going to put it out there. So hopefully that, somebody, not everybody, but some people's going to say, well, I like the way that dummy does it. And you never know, because there's so many different people out there, so many types of people, so many different attitudes. Lord have mercy.
And locations.
Look at us. We're an eclectic bunch, are we not?
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah. But we are an eclectic bunch, are we not? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Come from all over, right? Even all the viewers all over the United States.
And I love that. And we even let Northern Ireland in.
Phil was here early tonight.
I was talking to Johnny earlier when we were talking about the shipping and stuff, right? And you realize we had orders from 17 different states.
That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty neat. So,
you're welcome, soaps and suds and stuff. That's what we do. We're a community. We help each other. That's what we're all about. We love doing it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, just to remind everybody, Soaps and Suds and Such is offering $5 off on $25 or more purchase, and the code was HHL 5 off. And there's a link. Let's see. I need to post that link again.
Soap's amazing. I can attest to that. I've used it.
And she's got a bunch of videos.
Why does everybody keep
too.
telling me about soap? I should be good till at least next Friday.
Next Friday. A week from next Thursday.
All of us could maybe use. All of us could maybe use some, Earl. It's not just you, but
I'm not dragging out that wash tub and heating up that water when I don't have to.
And I think she's got a video on there that shows a bunch of those different soaps and products that they got on that Etsy thing. She done that I don't know, maybe a month back or something, but a lot of different soap and stuff on there. It's really she's good at that.
The feedback, the feedback she gets on the soap is amazing. You can read some of those comments, and so everybody check that out.
You know, truly, when you get a product from somebody that makes it, you know, at their home like that, and you're putting your care into it, and your love into it, you're getting better than a product you can go out and buy at any store. You're getting high quality homemade. You don't get no better. Not and even a king can have any better.
Also, too, don't forget, Spanky's got some hot honey on there as well. Some different flavors of hot honey.
Yep.
Well,
so
he's good at it.
So go on there and get you some.
Posting stuff and talking about stuff. You know, tonight is the last night. We extended. We said it was going to be through tonight for the pre-orders, but we already got the stuff in. So technically, it's not a pre-order anymore. But tonight is the last night for the pre-order code for the website.
Yep. So. Yeah, that's what we said after the
pre-order 20 dies tonight, guys.
After the live's over. So if you want to try it out, then jump in on 20% off. Otherwise, it's not really that high anyway. Full price.
That's right. Very affordable product for what it does.
I'm going to miss the discount myself, so I'll have to be getting some full price. So, Everybody's in the chat. Don't feel bad if you have to, too. You know.
Yeah. And also too, Gunline's giving some away. Hey, now what? Hey,
that is right. That is right. I want to tell Gunline and them that I apologize. That sometimes it can be a while before I call you back, ain't it, Bob? And Johnny and Houston.
Yeah, it might be a while. He might never call you back.
I don't mean it. I don't mean it.
He might wait till the next time you call. No, it's awesome.
I will get back with you eventually.
It used to really worry me, you know, when I didn't hear back from him. But you kind of get used to it. Yeah.
But if people did, if they've already pre-ordered, they should be able to check their email and see if they got a notification from the website that their label's been printed.
Well, my cell phone keeps turning up, and I think it's that dime slot in the side. I'm not sure.
You got one even before they went to a quarter, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that thing's holding up good, Earl. Hey guys, you know, Ricky's going to be coming in a few minutes now. I can't wait. Hey, what about y'all segments? So we got to get some segments in. Who wants to go first?
Don't matter to me. Throw me in there. Let's get her.
Hey guys, I'll tell you what. Before you do the segments, I'm gonna go ahead and drop out of the stream because I know you got Ricky coming in, and 4 faces is better than a bunch of them where you can't hardly see nobody.
That's okay, Bob. Man, Bob, thank you so much for coming in and having my back. When I didn't think Houston was gonna make it.
Yeah, I thought they was all gonna just leave me, but you showed up, and I appreciate it.
I thought about coming on by myself. Maybe I'll work up the nerve sometime if I have to.
I don't know why you keep saying that. I was the one waiting.
Yeah, you must have been. You were on a different link or something. I must have sent you the wrong. I must have sent you the wrong link.
Well, there was 2 on there. I know one of them had to be right.
Yeah, well, that second one was like, "Come on, guys, you know, I'm waiting on y'all."
You know, you sent 2. I didn't even take time to look at my phone. I was in a rush. Right? I'm always late.
There was just like 5 minutes to go.
I'll see y'all next time, and I'll be in the chat.
Hey, Bob.
Thank you, brother. We love you.
We'll see you later.
God bless.
Yeah, Earl. Houston popped in just as the intro ended. I mean, just as it ended, just like bam.
Cool. I timed it that way, Justin.
Yeah. All right. Hey, here's Earl's. Hey, Earl's got a great segment for y'all tonight. You know, something him and I were discussing the other day. Situation he's kind of having to deal with, and you know, we thought, hey man, that might make a good topic of discussion for the chat. So here's the intro, buddy. All right, you're up, Earl.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the other screen there until it went away. I don't know. I got hung up on seeing it. But we're talking about a lot of times getting overwhelmed, or we compare our old beekeepers with new beekeepers and different beekeepers, and we like to all hang rank on things, and I don't understand that myself. And you know, as a young boy hanging out with Papa in the bee yard, I never thought of any of that as time spent as a beekeeper. That was time spent with Papa. I never classify owning other than when I own bees myself. Uh, so you meet a lot of people, and you meet a lot of different people with different experiences, and a lot of our old timers are passing on, like Casby Coleman, and the guy up the road from me. I won't say his last name, but I'll say his first name. Bob's going to love this. Oh, Poley. Poley is his name, and usually runs about 10 hives a year. And just this wave of beetles and mites overwhelmed him. And as the years went by, he kind of last year devastated him to the point where he says, I quit. And he's just,
Man, what a shame.
whatever happens, happens. He says he started fooling with them, and he's got all that equipment, and he's got probably more experience than anybody I know. You know, I mean, this guy's, if I can't remember him not being a beekeeper, he's always been a beekeeper. So he's taught, what, 50 years at least, or something like that, I'd say. That old man's got behind him. But it just can be that aggravating and that devastating to some people. And it's heartbreaking because you're starting to see it a lot. People quit or give up, or it's think that it's easy. And I can just tell you that there are people with many generations quitting and having trouble and problems. Not everybody has the money behind them or the ability to refresh stock because of the money they got coming in. I'm talking about your backyard people, your you know, 40, 50 hives would be a lot, you know. Most average people I know keep 5 or 10. I myself think 10's a good number for me. Um, I'm going to build up to 10 and keep it there for a while, I think. So, which that's counting my chickens for their hats. We ought not do that. But yeah, it's it's become rough. And as a beekeeper, we're weathermen, we're botanists, we're you know, we think we're entomologists, we're uh, food experts. We know about sales, bottling, distributing. So many aspects to keeping bees, and so many things that's involved with it. It can get overwhelming, and I hate to see good beekeepers quit. It breaks my heart, and I haven't gotten the chance to get up to see old Polly, but I'm gonna offer help him for nothing, just try to keep him going. But that's just me spitting in the wind right now. I do need to get up and see him, and hopefully I can talk him out of it. But you never know. Most people like him, when they set their mind to something, there ain't no changing it. You just you couldn't have more told him about a new something that would have helped him as nothing, because he's gonna do what he always did. and that got him to where he's at. And the negative, super negative downside to this is when my bees go out to breed, they're still breeding with his quitter bees that are now turned to, infestations, mite bombs, not just for me, but for a lot of people. And I hate that. I really hate it. It cost me a queen and a couple of rounds of formant.
Yeah.
Because when they go out and breed, I had the 2 hives down there at Clinchco and the 1 hive up here. Of course, one of the hives at Clinchco must have found some of Polly's stock because they brought them home with them and we annihilated them. Now we're back on track, but still, that's all that time could have been time spent on growing bigger, better colony instead of fighting pests.
Even if you wanted to be treatment free, if you happen to be unfortunate to be close to sick bees, you wouldn't really have much choice or lose yours too, I guess.
Well, it'd be an uphill battle,
Yeah. Hey, folks, our special guest has arrived, and
so I'm the only one who gets to do a segment. I got you.
Yeah. Well, no, we can do our segments after Ricky comes in. I wanted to. I don't want to keep.
Yeah, let's make him a part of it. No, if he's in there, let's bring him in.
Yeah, because I've got actually a little segment I wanted to do with Ricky too. But
awesome.
Let me see here. Before we bring him in, we got everybody. Welcome Ricky in with a warm round of applause. Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
We're bringing down the house. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. We thank you. We love him too. We do.
Appreciate you. We like to play that little applause audio because we know everybody be clapping out there, buddy.
That's exactly
Ricky,
right.
Man, how are you, brother?
I've been doing pretty good. I'm like Houston, though. We've had a couple frosts here last 2 days, so it's been pretty rough on us.
Yeah, getting cold. Yeah.
Have you already had frost? 2 of them? Good
2
night.
of them. Yeah. Well, yesterday and this morning.
Well, I'm up here crying about cold weather, and you're already getting hit with frost. I ain't far from it. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're close. I'm sure.
That's right.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, it's coming. I believe winter's coming early, don't you guys?
Feels that way.
The bees are acting like it too, I think. Ricky, oh man, thank you so much for coming on and being our special guest tonight. A lot of times it's a good opportunity for folks to get to know folks a little bit better than they would otherwise. We're generally talking about beekeeping, so hey, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Ricky, and your family, and how you got into beekeeping and so forth.
All right, that sounds good. Both my grandfathers, kind of like Earl there, kept bees, and I remember as a young chap them being in the bees and being a little scared of them as a child, and but they both had the top bar hives, and a little bit later on, I'm actually a little allergic to honeybees, and so I have to carry an EpiPen around. And one of my friends said, "Hey, I got some heavy supers. Would you like to come and help me get them off?" And he said, "You won't get stung. I've got a bee suit." And I said, "All right, I'll come down." And we dragged them heavy supers off those hives, and I'm like, man, I don't know how he does it. He's 75, and here I'm struggling, So
it's dead weight.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He was glad to get your help.
Yeah, he was, and I've got a big belly already, so I'm kind of a little rough on me trying to help him with them supers. But anyway, we got them off, and I was like, man, I'd love to keep honeybees for the farm because it'd be great for the farm. And I started watching the Dirt Rooster, Randy, and then I started watching some of the other big YouTubers, and I'm like, man, them bees like to go horizontal, and that's a little bit more my style. And so I said, well, I'm gonna build me one, and I did. I put it in my building, and it's up pretty high, and it kept the animals from getting bee stung, and it kept it away from us. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of fun, and I'm like, well, I've got some really crazy ideals that I might try out. And so I built 3 different designs, and Cayman was having his conference his first year at Hive Life Conference. And I said, hey, man, I got these hives I think would be great for people just to see, not to sell them, but just for people to see. And I was selling a couple around the house here for people that wanted them built. And we took them down to Hive Life Conference, and it's been on ever since.
Well, everybody loves what you do, and they love being around you. You're infectious. Your product's infectious, and it's just a good thing. And people like to see good things happen to good people, and it should happen to you. And I know I've seen you on a lot of, and I watch a lot of different people on YouTube, and it's getting to the point where almost anybody on YouTube has a hive from Ricky Roark now, and I'm going to step it up a little bit because I don't have one. So yeah, that may be something in the future I need to get with. You know what I mean? And
that Shelton
plus
guy,
everybody else gets to meet you.
He can build some stuff pretty good too. And you
That's
know,
right.
I'll be honest with you. When we went to Johnny's house to visit and drop that hive off, I started to go see a gentleman north of you, Earl, and then on my way back, I was hoping to maybe stop in and see you. And man, traffic was backed up, and we wasn't able to make it. And I'm like, I can't.
I wouldn't waste no time on me neither. I just am what I am, because it would have just been boring for you.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Earl. I really like going and visiting beekeepers. This has really allowed me to go out and meet different beekeepers. And you know, if you're in my path, anybody in my path, you don't have to be Earl or Sheldon or Johnny there. It can be any small beekeeper. I'd love to stop and see your setup. If you've got a horizontal hive, oh man, you know, I'm going to be there for that, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's very special because I think we all get a little maybe narrow-minded that our way of beekeeping is the right way to do it. And seeing somebody else's setup will teach you a lot. You know, going around and seeing Johnny's hives, you know, and him talking about, hey, I didn't have my bees in the right area the first time, but now I moved them over at this tree line and it's working perfect. See, that's valuable information for us beekeepers. And, you know, I'm only been beekeeping for 4 years. So you can learn more. When you think you know enough about beekeeping, you're wrong. There's a lot more to learn about this little bug.
That's right.
Yeah. There's nobody will ever know it all. To me, the beginning of knowledge, number one, fear of God. Number two, you got to know and understand there's much to learn, no matter how much you know.
Yep.
Always more to learn. Our brains just ain't big enough to hold it all. And till we get our new ones, maybe they can, but this one can't.
It was such a cool story when Greg Burns asked Bob, you know, Bob Benny with 41, 42 years experience, asked him, hey, you know, how many years were you in, you know, when you really thought, hey, I've got this, I understand it. He said, Bob turned around and said, hey, there's still days I feel like I don't know.
Right.
You know, what I'm doing. You know, and so that should be a lesson to all of us with just a few years or 10 years or 20 years.
I don't feel like I really know anything. What I think my greatest thing is just reading the girls, watching them. Let them tell me, because I don't have a clue.
Hey, Bob says he even came to see me. So,
I did get down there to see Bob Walker and Lee. Also, we got down that way, and
Lee, that was a great video.
Yeah, we were headed south here next weekend. So anybody down next to Alabama way, we're headed down to see a gentleman down that way. And if you'll shoot me an email, if I get a time, I might stop in and see some of you fellers on that way down. And we're going to make the track north around November the 8th. So again, if anybody's from, you know, North Carolina up to maybe Ohio, we probably going to be headed out that way. So really like to visit you beekeepers and see your setups.
And again, everybody that is reported on, posted, made a video on, or I've heard talk about, they love his product. They love the hives. They love the paintings on the hives, and they love the family. And that's everybody. That's everybody.
You know, you speak a lot, Earl, about it. You know, the Lord put us at the right spot at the right time, and he's opened doors for us to meet some of the right people, and it's kind of fell into our lap. I mean, horizontal hives have been around for, I guess, thousands of years, since the Egyptians when they did some top bars. You know,
custom made in the mountains of North Carolina by Rickey Roark, though. That ain't been around.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Got a little hillbilly up here that makes airplane engines for a living at my job, and then builds horizontal hives on the side. Ain't that something?
That's
there you go.
Real interesting combo, Ricky. Sure is, buddy. Yeah. Well, hey folks, I put together a little basic slideshow to show that I wanted to share with y'all, to show Ricky's. I mean, most of y'all seen Ricky's work, but if you hadn't,
that's another thing, man, is the variety that he offers, and we ain't even touched base on that. That we've just been talking about how good they are, how pretty they are, but the variety of stuff he's got going on is mind blowing. I mean, it is. It's just it's stuff you wouldn't think was even out there. It's out there. He's making it.
Yeah, Lee and I both have posted a link to Ricky's YouTube side. If he's got a lot of subscribers, and if there's happen to be a chance any of y'all aren't subscribed, go subscribe to Ricky. Be doing yourself a favor. Well, go ahead, Earl. Sorry.
He's truly a lighthouse. He's truly one of the great lighthouses.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Ricky.
Sorry there, Johnny. I just like to say, all these designs are not mine. It's beekeepers saying, "Hey, Rick, can you try this in your horizontal hive? Can you figure out how to make this work?" Even like Justin Rigger's hive, who's in a wheelchair, get that hive to tilt back for him to make it better access. See, that's his idea. I'm just building these hives, and again, it's a blessing to get a chance to do that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That is proof right there, Johnny, that getting on here and having a bunch of people getting together and throwing ideas out there, that's proof that community helps and it makes a difference. A lot of people can throw in something, that little something. I know you've done it before. They probably mentioned something, Ricky, and you've been like, I don't know why I did. I should have, could have, would have, but I didn't think of that. Why?
That's right.
Everything.
You may remember I was lucky enough to win that $100 off when Lee, I believe it was Lee's 100 subscriber giveaway.
That's correct.
And Ricky's a good friend of Lee's, and he offered to throw in $100 off on a hive. And so that was the night that Earl predicted, hey, Johnny's going to win this one. And it ended up coming up on my name. It was just crazy, man. But anyway, I'm going to make his full screen. We're going, let's see. Let me share that again. Get it here. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful hive. I'm so proud to have it. And of course, Rick, built by Ricky, as y'all know. But what you may not know, well, you probably do know, his beautiful wife, Ruth, does all the painting. And so here's the front of the hive. And notice I really love the Queen Castle design, and the paint job she did is just awesome. They're not going to have any trouble.
That paint job is awesome, man. I was looking at those flowers, and then the next thing you know, I was staring into those Blue Ridge Mountains, and I was looking out a window around here.
Absolutely beautiful. The queens probably won't have any trouble figuring out which slot to go back in. But anyway, there's the front of it, and of course I wanted Tennessee mountain bees on it, so nice beautiful paint job on the back side. Of course, you open it up, he's got the different sections there with the feed holes in it. And then you can see here all the different options. That's just in one of the sections, so like tell them about it, Ricky. You got so many different options. Of course, 12. It's a queen castle. You could do 12 small nukes.
Yep, 12 small nukes, or you can or 12 queen castles, and then you can go to 6 nukes or 3 hives, or you can go down to 2 hives or a full hive. So this hive really gives you a full range of options of how to keep your bees. And it's an honor to build something like this and share it with the public. But I'll be honest with you, I got this idea of hive life from a guy, and he Hank Yancey, and he said, hey, you know, these hives build a lot of brood, and you can really, you know, manipulate it. Why don't you try to make a queen castle? And dude, I was like, that's a great idea, and everybody loves this design. And at the last Hive Life conference, and if I had 20 of them, I could have sold all of them at the Hive Life conference. Look
at that craftsmanship, though. You don't see where one thing ends and another begins all that easy. It is the joining, and it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a work of art, Ricky. I can't thank you enough, buddy. And
that.
You know, I you know, a lot of hard work went into that, and to get $100 off, I thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is that one insulated, John?
The only insulation really this hive is getting is the extra bees that are in that hive, keeping each other warm, and of course the 1.5 inch thick wood that's there, and
it's so thick.
Yeah,
it's
you
so
can
thick.
put a top on that also. Yeah.
Right. You get quite a bit
of 25-watt heater.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, the cool thing, you can have multiple colonies in there. They can help keep each other warm. So
right.
Yeah, it's a great design.
Has Ricky, has your wife ever thought of, or maybe she already does use it, using caustic paint on any of the hives?
You know, I don't know about that, or I'll have to ask her and see. But y'all need to be real. She does a great job on her hives, but she was told that those hives paintings sell for a lot of money, and she started to want to charge me $600 or $700 for those paintings. And
there ain't nothing wrong with that. That makes everybody that owns ones go up, don't it, Johnny?
Oh man, it's good. Some of us got in early, Ricky.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what the doctor does, isn't it? Don't he charge for those plates that go on the front?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's separate. You know, you buy the hive and you got to pay extra for the artwork.
Right.
Well, the reason I ask, for anybody that don't know about encaustic paint is made from beeswax, and because it's made from beeswax and pine tar or birch tar, they can make paintings that look all 3D, like they just stack up and come right out at you, and trees just look crazy. They're like, there's a tree. It's pretty cool. It's like a 3D type of painting, and it's made from our beeswax, and that's why I like it. But not a lot of people are into it, and I didn't know if anybody had ever used it on a hive or not.
That'd be really interesting to try that out. That's for sure. That's a really good idea, Earl, and I'm definitely going to mention that to her. And trust me, she wants more paint, so this will give her the opportunity to get some more.
Yeah,
then she'll be wanting all your wax.
That paint may not be cheap.
Natural guys too.
Yeah, it's more natural.
Yeah.
But at least you're giving something that you can trade with her. You'll be like, if you want this pretty beeswax, I'm going to have some painting done.
I wanted to remind everybody, Ricky's website, horizontalbees.com, and then his YouTube is, I put a link up to it earlier. Lee also posted a link to it, and he's easy to find in YouTube, Horizontal Bees. He's got a lot of subscribers, well deserved, and got some great videos. And so if you hadn't got a chance to watch any of those, go do yourself a favor and check him out. And
Fred Dunn brags on him, and Fred Dunn don't brag on nobody.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good endorsement.
But Fred does brag on him.
That is a good endorsement.
Yeah.
Well, cool, Ricky. So you lived in North Carolina most of your life, buddy?
Yeah, we've lived in the mountains of North Carolina, and actually met my wife in down next to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and we moved down there for a short time, and then we moved back home in the mountains, where I don't know, I feel at home here in the mountains for some reason, but that's where my calling is, right here, you know. And
Ruth is happy there too, I hope.
She is. I mean, she is Hispanic, so the cold winters she doesn't.
The winters, she's not used to the cold.
She don't like the cold, but I have to build a big hot fire to keep her happy. But that's okay. Yeah. I got plenty of wood on the property.
Awesome. Yeah,
I'm glad you opened that door. Now let's talk about those Stingless bees that you got to see firsthand and be a part of fooling with when you went down to Mama's neck of the woods right there. That was, to me, I was so wanting to be you. I'm like, I don't want to be jealous, but that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
I want to do that one day.
Right. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's for sure.
So tell us about them Stingless bees. You got to be around them, didn't you?
Yeah, we got to do a video with my wife's. It's her cousin's husband. He's a teacher down there, and I really wanted to embrace the beekeeping down there in Mexico. And we had a couple of guys we were supposed to meet up with, but they're a lot like us up here, but they're big commercial guys, and they didn't have a lot of time to be with us. And he said he had some stingless honeybees to go see, and we went, and it was really amazing seeing that different insect. It looked almost like an ant building honey, and it's sweet, but then it's got a hard apple taste afterwards.
Go for your nose and eyes and stuff. Ain't that what they go for?
Yeah, they're more like a gnat. They kind of bug you a little bit like that. They're going to get in your eyes or in your nose, like you said, Sheldon. But they were really tame, and they only get in them once a year to get the honey out of it. And I mean, I'm talking like a little pint like that, about that big around. That's all it was. It wasn't maybe a half pint. That's all we got out of it. But the honey was excellent. It was so amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Stingless honey contains high amounts of trehalose, which is a very rare glycosidic bond. It's two glucose sugars bound together differently than any other way that it can be stuck together. It's unique, and apparently they say this is the kind of sugar that you can kind of gorge on and really doesn't have any bad effects to it. It's just a really, and might even be used in some of the medicinal honeys. It's a big deal, and how do they do that? That's what I wonder. How do they do that?
Yeah,
Spanky says the ones they got in Australia don't sting you, but they'll bite you though.
Oh, okay. Well, these are Aztec bees or mine bees. I was told while I was down there. So
Oh wow.
maybe those guys had bred some of that out of them while they were down there. I hope. So.
Pretty handy trade. I remember Don the Fat Bee Man always joking about stingless bees.
Yeah.
His really weren't though. I think they are really gentle stock typically though.
Yeah, they are.
They are gentle.
Yeah. In Texas, you might be able to keep them in Texas, but I'd like
There's
to have
not
some
a lot of places you can, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't just keep them anywhere, can you, Ricky?
No,
has to be really warm.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I think they're illegal.
Are they a dominant species? Are they a dominant? I wonder if they're a dominant species and mess with something else.
Well, I noticed they're keeping them in places like California's got some stingless bees now, and a couple of other states are finally doing it now. And is Texas one of them too, Ricky? I'm not sure, but there's several that's doing it now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Texas, but I know the climate should be pretty close for those bees to be able to be maintained down there. So.
Yeah, they would just be froze to death up here. They'd be like, Ruth, I want to go out. Get me out of here.
Sure.
Well, Ricky, we usually work in a couple segments before we bring special guests in. Hopefully you don't mind if we do it a little bit different this time. Houston's got a segment for us here. He was gonna do. If you're ready, Houston, what about it?
Yeah, John, I don't care. I'll make it quick. I'd like to hear some more from Rick.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear me? All right, hang on a second.
Need some duct tape.
Yeah, and that's the book John showed, John Vivian. It's just Keeping Bees, and it's kind of pre-catastrophe. I think somebody even wrote that in one of the comments, didn't they, John?
Yeah. Before Varroa and CDC, Colony or CCD.
It
But
does
still,
talk about some of that.
But like you said, it's a
86,
great
94.
beginner book. Otherwise, right?
Well, it's kind of both. I thought it was more of a beginner book, but as I got to kind of scanning through it, it's got you know, a lot of building stuff, basic putting together hives and frames is in there. But it had you know, it had a solar wax melter. A lot of the pictures are black and white in it. I can't see that, but they're just kind of black and whites. And then some of them's like hand drawn pictures in it. But there's quite a bit of information in it. And the main reason I got it, it had to make a foundation in it. It's a mold, if I can find it. I also got about beelining in it. I don't know if you can see, but it shows how to build the beeline box, and it's got a big section on beelining. I can't never hold this thing.
A couple of them.
But I like the foundation mold it had in it, and it.
I say, won't you make us a couple of them?
Right. It gave a pretty good description of that, and it showed how to use the plaster. I'm sorry, I should have sent John some pictures, but
That looks
it's,
good.
We can see it.
Yeah.
Actually, we can see it pretty good.
Yeah. Show it again, bud.
It's got, I can't hardly see it, but it's like a frame. You know, you build it like a book, and it's got where you can you know, make the molds.
Yeah, I see.
All right. Maybe if I stand up, I can see it there. It's a little better. But it shows, you know, how to do the different, the depths of it to give it that, it's like a frame, and then it gives a whole, like a drawing of it. That's a little better. And you know, it's the foundation press.
Yeah.
It shows, you know, it's got the, all the ingredients and materials, you know, that you got to have for it. I just thought that's mainly why I bought the book, but it's got a lot of good stuff in it. And one place that showed it, it was pretty expensive, like $50-something. But of course, you know me, I didn't give that for it. I bought it.
Yeah, you got a deal on it, and that may be one you could find at a local library, or
I think somewhere you could get it at a library, but it was only $11 new, John. When it was new, it was a cheap book.
Yeah.
Books are cheap up here in the mountains. Most hillbillies can't read. Just a handful of us ain't in Houston.
That's right.
The most.
I think I saw it for 30-something on Amazon somewhere in there.
Well, most of what I was finding, it was like $14. So, you know, it's got a lot of beginner stuff, but it's got a lot of extra stuff for guys that's been doing it a little while too. And it does got a little bit about Varroa, acarine's in there, you know, Isle of Wight. It's just different, you know, different stuff, hand drawn. It's back, like I said, pre-catastrophe, but it's got a lot of good information. And I just thought I'd share that. So, in the back of it too, I wanted to mention it's got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages, and it's a book list, an information source, and it gets a little section on different books, and there's like 5 or 6 pages in there. You know, beekeeping at Buckfast Abbey, you know, hive and the honeybee, hunting wild bees. You know, it's got a lot of you know, tells the author and, you know, what the books are. So a man could use that for reaching out and finding other used books through the list that's in it. But it's, I thought it was worth mentioning. John, Vivian, keeping bees.
All right.
That's about all I got, guys.
Hey,
You
good
get
deal.
hard to start that thing. You just send it my way.
Good deal, Houston.
Yeah, I'll have it ready in a few days. I'll send it up, or I don't care.
Awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Well, cool. Hey, I was just going to give y'all an update on
on the spotlight.
Yeah, you were on the big screen there, Houston, for a minute. Yeah,
I thought he was going to do Johnny's part.
He can if he wants to.
No,
I was
I
going.
didn't catch it. I went, here's Johnny. Get out of there.
here's Johnny.
Well, hey, in the latest in the latest edition of American Bee Journal, there was a really, really good article that I thought, if you hadn't read it, I thought everybody would like to hear about. That the U.S. honey demand reached an all-time high, according to the latest sugar and sweeteners outlook by the USDA. And it went on to say that in a special article in the U.S. honey market, record-setting consumption of honey and made with honey products totaled 618 million pounds in 2021. The previous record was 596 million pounds in 2017. And so, I thought that was pretty interesting. It went on to say that translates to 1.9 pounds per capita of honey consumption in 2021 compared to 1.2 pounds per capita in the early 90s. And the chief executive officer of the National Honey Board, Margaret Lombard, said, of course, they're thrilled to see the results of the study. It means consumers are beginning to understand when you choose honey, you're not only getting a perfect all-natural sweetener, but you're supporting the honeybees and the beekeepers who help feed the world. And of course, there's that feel-good aspect to it. In addition to it, certainly being healthy, they studies indicated that the most preferred sweetener cited attributes like natural, unprocessed, good for the environment, organic, good source of antioxidants, and flavorful. We've known for a long time it's healthy, but I thought that was really, really cool that the demand is up, and I'm not surprised. More people are getting into bees, and it seems, that's a
big deal.
More people learning about the benefits of honey. I wanted to share that with y'all, and then also too some upcoming events that look pretty interesting if you're fortunate enough to. Before I go any further, let me show you this USDA. This is where they got that article from, USDA Sugars and Sweeteners Outlook for June 2022. But again, I wanted to tell you about some upcoming events if you're lucky enough to be close to them. I know we got several fellows up in Ohio, and the Ohio State Beekeepers Association fall conference on the Ohio Agriculture Research Development Center campus is let's see, what's the date on that? Let's see. October 28th and 29th in Wooster, Ohio. And they didn't have the speakers listed on this site, but they actually had it in the American Bee Journal, and they're going to be Dr. Samuel Ramsey, Dr. John Zawizlak, Dr. Reed Johnson, and many other top presenters. And there's a Friday evening social host speaker, Dr. Jim 2. The Beekeepers of Indiana, their 2022 fall conference workshop is also October 28th and 29th. Dr. Jamie Ellis, somebody that Earl speaks of a lot and is taking some classes under. He's going to be one of the guest speakers, and also an interesting fellow by the name of Sam Comfort, who, interesting story, he won 6 hives in a poker game, and he's been in the bee business ever since. And so I thought that looked pretty interesting. That's at Terre Haute, Indiana, again, October 28th and 29th. The Iowa Honey Producers Association is having their annual conference. Let's see. And I'm not seeing the date. I can't recall what the date was. Well, I'll find it here in a second. But I'm seeing that Randy Oliver and Michael Palmer. Now, I saw in the American Bee Journal, I'm pretty sure it said that they would be speaking via Zoom. So I'm not sure if they're going to be in person. But there's a Dr. Juliana Rangel and a Treya Manaswi, and a host of other speakers here, which some of y'all may know. But again, I'm not absolutely certain what the date is on
Iowa,
that.
John.
Yeah, that's the Iowa Honey Producers Association. Okay, and then something that I thought was pretty interesting. I pulled up for a little weather segment here. Of course, we've already heard from Bob early in the chat here about the weather conditions coming up, and And so we're still hoping and praying that all our beekeeping brethren down there are weathering the storm okay. But I found this this site that shows the lows and the highs, and it was 23 this morning in Michigan. Let's see, Shingleton, Michigan, and it was 113 at the Death Valley was the high. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Cool.
And I pulled up this cool national weather map that shows temperature. You can look at minimum temperatures over the next several days. And I thought it was pretty cool. You know, anything trending toward the purple, obviously the bees are going to be clustered the way I look at it. And so if we look at Saturday, you can see the next several days, the low temperatures are, you know, other than our brothers way down south. Obviously there's some spots where the bees are still going to be, going to have to cluster at night. But if you
What's
look
that
at
site, John?
this site is digital.weather.gov, and there's all kinds of different things you can do in here. And then to check out the maximum, you can also do the maximum temperature, of course, to give us an idea. You can find yourself on here and figure out what your maximum temperature is going to be over the next several days. So you know, bees are going to be able to work. Looks like most of the country. But
it's a good little tool to have.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then not to forget our brother Phil over in Northern Ireland. I think he told us last time he's here, and somebody might have to help me pronounce this. Enniskillen maybe. So he's on the southwestern part of Northern Ireland, and the weather for him looks like is going to be, and I left it in centigrade just for Phil. Looks like it's going to be between let's see, 9 and 16 today. And so just as usual, you know, like 50 to up to 60 some days. Looks like he's got a lot of rain coming up. But there you go, Brother Phil.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We mentioned soaps and suds and such. Etsy store. Don't forget to go on there. And you can, we put the link up earlier. You can go on and get $5 off with the code HHL5 off on the $25 or more order. But that was all I had, guys, for the news segment.
Cool.
That was a good deal, man. Good job. I like that.
Hey, thanks,
Pretty
buddy.
good deal. Yeah. Any of y'all got
Rick,
family and friends in Florida?
I don't, Earl.
I don't either.
No, we got Larry. Let's see, we got in the eye of the storm. Of course, I hope we don't forget somebody. We got the Bug Man. We got Larimore, of course, Bob, and then of course we got Spanky that's north of Bob. There's somebody else that's pretty close to Bob. Anyway, we're
Bruce and his bees.
Yeah, Bruce and his bees.
Mm-hmm.
What's your future plans, Rick?
Well, you know, Shelton, it's wide open. You know, I watched your channel with that solar melter that you made, and I said, you know, I want to give that a try. I don't really think that works that well. And I seen the one that Bob had down there at his place, and I said, I'm going to build one of those. And I said, I'm just going to throw some stuff together. I'm not, whatever, you know, I don't think it worked great. Well, I put that thing together, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, they would work like magic, don't they?
It does, I tell you.
Houston just built his for free, man. It was just sitting there cranking out the wax.
Yeah, I got FOMO.
You got
fear
what?
of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm missing out. I don't like it. I want one.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and paste the link, guys, and some other folks. Maybe we've been hogging all of Ricky's time here. We want some folks to come in and ask Ricky some questions if we want to.
Right.
All right. There y'all go, folks.
We'll flush you.
Yeah, come on in. Now keep in mind we can have 10 people in here, but this is a family friendly show, and we've got let me play that for everybody. We've got if you hear this sound right here, this means you've said something that's not family friendly. The flush is it's kind of kind of a
And
gentle
if
way.
I come
And then,
behind it hollering potty mouth, you'll know real who it was.
if it gets bad enough, this is the sound you'll hear, and you'll likely be kicked out. But no, seriously,
Rick,
guys,
did you do a video on that wax melter?
Well, I didn't do one on it because, you know, I'm like, well, it's not it. I just threw it together. I really didn't expect it to work, so I didn't even show it. I got a little bit of footage for it, but I'm so excited about it. I'm going to build me another one, and it's going to be nicer.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, mine ain't real
That's why I
efficient.
don't have one.
Okay.
I'm waiting on the Ricky Rourke models. What I'm waiting on. That's why I'll just wait.
I was asking for the video, you know.
That's going to be heavy duty. Hey, will you deliver those, Ricky?
Well, you know, if I'm headed that way, that's what I'm telling anybody on here. You know, if I'm headed your way, I'll drop the hives off. I ain't got a problem. And you know, if you come to Hive Life Conference, we're giving $150 off. And you know, if you was to mention this episode with these fine gentlemen here, I'll knock $50 off of each of those hives. And
Awesome.
Oh man,
awesome.
Wow, Ricky, thank you.
Lumber
brother.
will come down a little bit. I hope to be able to drop the prices some.
Right.
And it's moving that way, but we're not there yet.
What's that good for, Ricky? The $50 off if they mention that they saw it on Hillbilly Hives Live. When did they do that? At the conference?
No, they can do that right now. If they decide they want a hive right now, just mention this episode that you was on, and we'll give $50 off that hive. And like I said, if we're headed that direction, like I said, we're going to Alabama coming up, and we're headed up to Ohio here in November. So, you know, if you're in that area,
Thank you, Bobby.
Want a hive, and you know, you with these fine
Awesome.
gentlemen here on this show, and you know, Bob and Lee's great. You know,
Ricky, Louisiana, Lee said, and that was a great video, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, you know, it's the bee community special, and something a little special about YouTube on here with you guys, and you know, if we can give some help, and that's what we're supposed to do, is help each other out. You know, I'll do it, and I've give hives away to people for what I've got in them before, just because I felt led to do that. Now I can't do that for everybody.
Have it. Oh yeah,
I feel like that's what you did for me, Ricky, especially after bringing it all this way, brother.
Well, Johnny, I'll tell you what, and guys, if you ever get to go meet Johnny out in his place, his place reminds me of being up here in the mountains of North Carolina. It's quiet. Me and my wife had one of the best meetings with his family, and I think the only really bad part is his dog decided that is going to protect him a little bit, you know. So
you didn't try to steal that one, did you? Lee said you shot his dog off.
But if I got Lee's dog now, we'll take Lee's dog. It would have got right in the car with us.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, she's a real good watchdog, but she wouldn't be a very good guard dog, as you could
Grammy's midwife suburban homestead. Lisa was asking, where in Alabama will you be, Ricky? No doubt she's gonna want to come see you, and she will, because she'll show up. Ask Bruce.
Well, I'll tell you, we're almost going to be all the way down on the coast. I won't give this person's name out, but we'll be almost all the way down to the coast of Alabama. It'll be really close, maybe 2-3 hours away. So it's going to be south. It's 9.5 hour drive for us to get down there.
Wow.
Hey, look
there.
Look who we got coming in. Spanky, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see everybody here today.
Howdy, Spanky. Good to see you, buddy.
Go on, man.
Yeah. You're not too far from Ricky, I don't guess, are you, Spanky?
I have no idea.
He's up in the mountains. He's up in the mountains of North Carolina.
Now, I'm in the foothills.
You
Yeah.
down next to Wilkesboro or
near it? Yeah. Trying to think how far it is. It's not that far.
Well, Spanky, how's life treating you, brother?
It's all right. Still got my fingertip.
Yeah,
and
good.
Everything
Good.
but the nails healed up. The nails want to be funky, but I mean that's about how it goes.
Nails are always tricky. You ain't gonna believe me, but grab that thing with a pair of channel locks. Go ahead and get rid of it. You'll grow a new one.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
yeah. I've had trouble with the thumbnail for years, and that's probably what's eventually going to have to happen to mine. Yeah.
Start
But
over
hey,
new. Just
Spanky, thank you and your mom for the code, $5 off. Hey, we got to get Gunline in here. I was hoping he would want to. Tim and Hannah would want to come in for the drawing. Lee was. I called Lee today. He was kind enough to talk me through how to do the set up the giveaway tool built into StreamYard.
Yeah, I feel like
Brian,
the sounds check.
Brian and those
There
guys
it
were
is.
talking about it last night, and I was trying to figure it out kind of last minute, and I called Lee, and he talked me through it. And so thanks again, Lee. But
These good people.
oh man, he sure is.
Yeah.
And so hey, so y'all remind me again exactly what was it? The I couldn't remember if it was the biocontrol or the activator that they were giving away. Do you remember, Houston?
he didn't say, John. I guess if he pops in, he can let us know.
Okay, all right. We'll just hang and wait and
Yeah, or he can leave it in the chat for us. Either way he wants to do it.
yeah, right. Sure, that'll work good.
I'm about an hour from Wilkesboro.
What's your location, Spanky? What county are you in?
Caldwell.
Caldwell. Okay, yeah, you're about 2 hours away from us.
Pretty
In
close.
case y'all wondering what they're talking about,
Let me make you
this
bigger.
is it.
Yeah, biocontrol and bioactivator. One's for the sugar syrup, and one's for the pollen patties.
That's right. The activator, that'll make you 50 pounds of pollen, and the biocontrol comes in 2 different sacks. One will make about 52 gallons. The other makes 1,000 liters, whatever, how many gallons that is. That's a bunch. I think it's like 200 or so.
It's 253.8.
This is the rocket fuel from Stepler Farms that he's been talking about. And I thought I saw Houston raise his hand, going to say something or another. But
Yeah, he gave
this
it.
is
I
the
was
rocket
waving
fuel.
at Greg. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey guys, I'm looking forward to learning more about that apis there,
Yeah.
Earl.
Cool.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, Bubby. We're real excited about it. No longer do we just get to watch Ian use it. It's available to the public this year, and we were lucky to get in on it, a few of us, Greg, and we've just been real happy with the results that we've heard from those that's gotten to use it. Some guys have, lived close to Ian. They've been using it a little longer than the rest of us. We have one guy that's used it for about 4 years, and of course, they done over a decade worth of research and development with Ian, and we're hearing a lot of good things, and especially about this amino acid proline and how it helps her bees, and we're just real excited to see if it helps our bees, and so we're selling it and feeding it and using it at the same time. It's we liked it so much we wanted to get it out to everybody.
I know a lot of us are excited to use it. Here in Ohio, it's getting a little late to do much, I think, with it, but we're looking forward in the springtime, giving it a go and kind of trialing it and see what the bees do there. And I think one of the cool things is to always keep an open mind when whether it's a new idea to you or it's a new product, because you just never know. And if you close yourself off to those opportunities, you might miss one of those big deal things. I know earlier in the year, even last year, I knew a lot of folks were talking about horizontal hives, and a lot of folks enjoy them for a lot of different reasons. And I kept thinking, I don't really know how a horizontal hive is going to fit into my context, but you get that little tug in your heart to, hey, buddy, maybe you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, and reached out
We
to
all
Ricky.
love Susie's hive.
That top bar hive is that's a horse of a different color for sure. But working with Ricky, and I said, hey Ricky, here's a few things that we're looking for. I think we can help folks learn bees, and not only that, but grow a bee yard and start to raise some colonies and make some splits and do a lot of things with it. And Ricky put together took all that information and put together something beautiful. And of course, Miss Ruth did a knockout job on just painting that thing up. And
Awesome.
I just wanted to,
Amen,
just, I know you guys don't, Ricky does not need me to vouch. But I know Johnny is experiencing just firsthand quality. I mean, it's just built beautifully. It looks beautiful. It's an absolute joy to crack open that lid and get inside of that colony. And I think we all need that from time to time. You get comfortable, maybe even get a little complacent in the bee yard. Sometimes you just need that thing that just sparks that interest again and just gives you a fresh look. So the horizontal hives, if anyone's on the fence and you're thinking, man, I don't know, how's that going to do for me? I would encourage you to just, give it some thought, because it's been such a blessing for us. I don't need to go into all those details. A lot of you already know, but it's been a tremendous lighthouse, not just for us, our operation, but for our folks in the learning yard. And so, Ricky, I really appreciate what you and Ruth are doing there, traveling across the country, meeting beekeepers, and then personally delivering those hives. That's special. So thanks for what you guys do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree. It was just awesome opportunity. And like you said, they're built rock solid, aren't they, Greg?
Oh yeah.
Heavy.
But you know,
And they're a lot of fun. Yeah, go ahead, Ricky. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, be like Shelton there, and you don't have to buy a hive off of us. Build your own. It's winter's coming up. Get some time and build you one and see if you like it and see if you can enjoy it. You don't have to buy one off us. Some of you guys probably on here on YouTube are really good woodworkers, and it's not that hard. We have a little video, kind of helping that out just a little bit. But Shelton built a beautiful hive there, and you can build it however you want it. That's what's special about it.
Right. And they're a lot of fun to use. That's all I was going to say, that, I didn't know how well I like it. And once I started using it, and I'm really enjoying it, still learning about it.
I hear that a lot. I hear a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Greg, earlier. We had a guy on, I think it was Bob's show, or Tuesday Night Live. He was on Larry Gandy. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I think it was Larry Gandy. And he was mentioning that, it was late in the season. His honey supers was full. And did we think the product would help him? And we like, no, not now. Your honey supers are full. You're good to go. Might be something you would look into in the spring, just like with you. Well, he ended up placing an order right after the show, so he's good for spring. And again, that's what we want people to know. And we've had some people try to say, does it replace Hive Alive? And we don't think it does. We think Hive Alive is probably the greatest winter supplement out there so far. It is a good product, and Apis Biologics is for building up your brood or building up your boxes before fall with food, and for maintaining nutrition throughout the year. But wintertime, that's a different beast. And that Hive Alive fondant has been proven on everybody's hive last year, I think, as being a good product. Plug for Brian. Had to do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brian is also affiliated with Hive Alive, and anybody that needs some for this winter can get it with the code Brian10.
So Tim's going to use both.
I would, and just might steal if it's even possible to get it. Last year, there was a freeze on getting it, so who knows?
They sold out on the website right now, I believe, aren't they, John?
Well, that means Earl has to make his own again.
That's right. Yeah, they're sold out.
I'll go back to the old hillbilly method and just make me some.
Yeah.
Well, I had a question for your guest there, and I'll jump off here. But you guys said you were entertaining some questions for Mr. Ricky.
Yeah.
And Rick, I've got a burning question, and I'll jump off and listen to it there. Ricky, even you and Miss Ruth have been traveling around the country, and you're meeting beekeepers and delivering those awesome hives to everybody. What I am just dying to know is who controls the radio station. Thanks. I appreciate what you guys do, and I'll look forward to seeing you
don't
all
leave
later.
yet.
Don't
One
leave.
more thing. Next Hillbilly Hives Live next Thursday. If everything works out, guys, Brother Greg is going to be joining us again, a special guest,
All
Greg
right.
Burns,
Fantastic.
the original lighthouse at Nature's Image Farm. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, buddy. That's
Looking
great.
forward to seeing you guys. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll catch you a little later. See ya.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
coming.
brother.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
Greg.
God bless.
You know, Greg's going to get me in trouble with that question that he asked because I really don't listen to the radio that much. To be honest with you, I'm usually on my phone listening to YouTubers, and it don't have to be the big YouTubers that I'm listening to. A lot of times it's the smaller guys that I just enjoy listening to. And but when my wife's with me, this gives her the opportunity that I can't get away, and she can actually talk to me. So we're always talking. On these trips.
There's a backstory. There's a backstory to Greg's question.
Yeah. So we're always. This gives us an opportunity to be together as a good husband and wife, and talk and kind of get those nights out. Of maybe date night, you might say, and get to visit some great people. And Johnny was really nice to offer us to stay at his place, and man, that was a blessing to get to do that, and better than a hotel by a long shot. And man, they made some food that was just unreal. So, but to answer Greg's question, we don't listen to radio. We're talking to each other about things that either on the farm or the business or our daughter that's very special to us, and just basic life stuff.
That's awesome, Ricky.
Yeah,
Family,
awesome.
family. You gotta take care of family, buddy.
I love watching your family videos, man.
Yeah,
it seems
me
like
too.
you guys are out doing stuff. You're doing it together. I like that.
Yeah.
I got a big question burning in my mind for you. Hello, Mr. Tim, and howdy, Gunline. You mentioned your wife was Hispanic. Is she? Which I already know. I answered to some questions. I'm asking for everybody. Is she bilingual?
Oh yeah, she's definitely bilingual. And to be honest with you, Earl, there's only one class I ever failed in school, and to be honest with you, it was Spanish.
I failed 2 classes, but it was Algebra 1 and Algebra 1.
Well,
now you got a great teacher.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you, she's like a teacher with a ruler. She just smacks my hands when I don't say it perfectly.
He's got an
That's my
interpreter.
next question is, can you understand her when she gets mad at you, or would you rather not learn? Just in case you do know what she's saying.
Oh, hey, look here. Michael, Minnesota. He's changed his name up a little bit.
Oh, that thing just signs on.
It does?
I didn't choose that. You all doing good tonight?
Doing good, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. How's your everyone has good weather?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been real windy here all day. Sunny though.
Yeah.
Cold here.
It's cooling down. The mornings are chilly.
Yeah, we were at a block away here. We're at 28 degrees. I'm on a hill overlooking the lake. So we just hit 32, but everybody had their tomatoes all frosted out and everything else. So kind of neat there. Gunline, I love your interior walls there, brother.
Yes,
yeah, I do too. That's nice.
It's just some old cedar. We replaced some on a home, and this is some of the good wood that was left over. And the fella said, "Just take it on to the dump." Oh, yes, I do that.
Yeah, no problem. Put it right in the truck.
All right, man.
I spent a lot of time
what a gift
at our local wood helping out, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes. Talking about the horizontal hives, one of the elders, deacons in the church, when we first got into beekeeping, he built us, actually 2 of them, surprised us with 2, but they was made out of cedar and cypress, or they're made out of cedar and cypress.
That's awesome. I tell you that the cedar, man, that'll last a long time.
Oh yeah.
That's some great wood. I wish I could get some cypress or some cedar to make some hives.
And lighter, not as heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
It's a big.
How did you like your hives, your horizontal hives?
Sorry?
How did you like your horizontal hives when you had them?
Man, I really like them, to be honest with you. They're easier to work with. The only thing I wish we would have done different on ours was where the lid turns up. We're standing at the entrance. I wish we'd have put the hinges on the front side so we can work from the back.
Yeah.
And not worry about being in the flight path or anything like that.
Yeah.
But other than
That's an easy fix.
Yeah, it's just
swap it around.
It's on the to-do list.
It's on the to-do, yeah, list too. Huh, Understood. Hey, we got Tim in now. You know, Tim was kind enough to and Tim and Hannah are Gunline. There's that Gunline Bees, and they were kind enough to offer up a giveaway tonight. And so, why don't you tell them about it, Tim?
Man, it was just kind of spur of the moment thing. We texted Hillbilly yesterday. He didn't call me back. So I got
it's another one of those. Yeah.
Talked to him for a few minutes, and between the both of us with the wind blowing, we was like, man, we'll holler at you later. Then I text Johnny, and Johnny was gracious enough to get back with us. But all three of you guys,
nobody loves you more than me, Tim.
Hey, bro, same.
Hey, I got right back with you.
Yeah, it sure did. It didn't take him just a few minutes to get back. But,
no, that's awesome. Sometimes Earl's hard to reach, but hey, he'll eventually get back.
Hey, brother, we all get busy. I understand that.
That's right.
My moccasins have holes in them.
Yes. but anyway, go ahead, Tim.
Man, it's just kind of spur of the moment thing. Like I said, we had a little bit extra, so we figured we'd pick up the 52 gallons you can put in your sugar water and your mix.
Yeah.
And, that's our 200 liter.
We talked to Bob at Walker Bee Ranch the other day for a while, and he kind of, talked us through what he knew of it and so on and so forth. And so we decided, well, we'll pick us up a little bit, see what's going on. Then a day or two later, we said, well, let's get some and just kind of give it away or give a bag away for somebody. We're going to work out the finer details. We'll do a little quick video, that type thing. But I guess the only thing that we are asking out of everybody, if you want to take a shot at the giveaway, if you haven't already bought some, it's just more the honor system. If you bought some, more than welcome. Right. If you haven't bought any and you would like to try, feel free to come in, that type thing. But either way, we'll do the giveaway once it gets here. We got an email earlier from Bob, and I believe everything is in the shipping process.
Awesome, Gunline. So you'll do a video at that time, and then people will know, and can come in and comment on that video or something like that.
Yeah, just come comment on video. I ain't studying about come on, be a sub and all that. If you just want to.
Well, everybody should do that anyway. If you're not already, Gunline's got a great site, and
yeah, he does. Y'all should check him out. Gunline Bees.
Go over and sub to him.
Over 300 too. So
yeah, click on notifications so you'll know when he does that video and have a chance to win some Apis Biologics.
And I don't know where he stuck his pretty wife, but she's usually right there, hand in hand, in everything he does. But she's usually right there beside of him.
She's running around here. We both getting over this season change between the congestion and the hacking and the coughing.
I've had that too, Tim. Yeah, sore throat.
Yeah, so she may come in and wave or something, but she's kind of trying to all that. But
we get that. We understand.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Probably what we may do is get back with you guys between here and there. Then we'll try to work it out. So we could just do a quick drawing on y'all's show.
Okay.
And, whoever wins it, God bless you. We hope it works for you.
Man, that sure is nice of you, Tim.
That's awesome.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah,
man. Appreciate you, Bobby.
Yeah, well, good deal. Well, hey, we've but before it gets too late, I don't want another night to go by before we give everybody a chance to win this diesel fuel only sticker. Anybody that's been watching YouTube very long knows who's a big fan of these stickers on their smoker.
And you know where to put it.
628 Dirt Rooster. And so So I didn't, this isn't one of his stickers officially, but it's one like he uses. It's one like he uses. So anyway, we're gonna do honeybee trivia, and you old timers, the rules. I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it up and leave each question up about for 5 seconds. These are relatively easy questions, guys. And so the key is now remember, don't be answering after each question. What you'll have to do is answer all 5 questions and be ready to send in that sequence of letters after the fifth question. Yeah, whoever's first after the 5th question with the right answers will and then email me their address. I'll mail out this diesel fuel only sticker to you.
This is fun. I love it.
Yeah, let me pull this up. This is like I say, these are easy questions. Maybe one or two of them slightly harder than some of the other weeks, but this is a little fun segment. Earl and I were talking about maybe even trying to expand it sometime. Let's see.
Sir. I think it needs to be.
All right, and give me just a second here.
While he's taking a second, y'all go ahead and give us what you think about it. What if we done a game show night? What if we done a game show night and we give away a bunch of stuff and have fun? Just a game show night, something fun. You want to see something like that? You just let us know.
I thought it was an interesting idea. Maybe try it some off night or something. But hey, here we go, folks. Like I say, I'm gonna leave them up about 5 each question, about 5 seconds.
They already said RSTLNRE.
Oh, I meant to say kidding. you only get one guess.
Oh, he's kidding.
Let me make it full screen.
But your first one does count. No, I'm joking with you. These are pretty easy, Johnny.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Are y'all keeping up with it? I'm trying to find my.
Johnny's got the grade sheet.
Yeah, I got the sheet here somewhere. All right, we're looking. Well, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Now go backwards. You'll see. You can do it.
Okay, some people are answering one at a time again. You got to wait. Oh, somebody's WZRPQ. Yeah, no, that's not it. ABCD. Well, that's only 4. You missed the last guess. Huh. Well, I don't see.
Next time.
Oh, okay. Somebody's got it now. BCAAC is the correct answer, Bob. I want to make absolutely sure that you were the first one, buddy, before I promise you that sticker.
That's not fair. You probably give him the answers.
No,
I don't even know him.
No, I didn't. He was close. He was close last time. Hey, looks like you got it, Bob. Hey, good deal, buddy. I got your address, man. You don't have to worry about emailing me. Congratulations,
Bob
buddy.
finally wins.
Yeah, all right. Congratulations. Yeah, let me.
You've always been a winner in my heart, Bob.
Way to go, Bob.
I got something I want to say about horizontal hives, and that's that. I read a lot of Bible and know that book pretty good. And one of my favorite parts is Samson when he talks about out of the strong came meat, and out of the deadly came sweet. If I'm not mistaken, point being that was what they call Samson's riddle in the Bible, and it turns out that. And a lion had died, and the bones of the lion rib cage, the bees had taken advantage of that and made a beehive out of it. And so I like to tell everybody that the first recorded beehive in history and in the Bible is a long lines, not a layings, but a lines.
That's right.
Interesting.
And if they want to know the power of honey, they can read where Jonathan dips his spear into it and his eyes.
What was that, Earl? Houston washed you out there. What was that last part?
Jonathan dipped his spear into that honey and took a taste of it, and his eyes were opened.
Yeah, cool.
Just you know how you do when you get that honey, you're like, oh!
Yeah.
I guess that's what happened to him. He was like, especially since he hadn't eaten in about, I don't know, a few days.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be eating. Well, I'm gonna let y'all read that.
Yeah, that sounds cool, Earl. You know, that's one thing we always like to profess our faith in Jesus Christ, and you really can't have a better friend, folks. And you may look at us guys and think, hey, well, they're not really Christians, but the thing is, nobody's perfect. We all fall short every day, but don't miss out on God's blessings, because the biggest lie Satan will ever tell you is, hey, wait till you're perfect. You're not worthy, and don't believe that lie.
That's
and
right.
so anyway, we like to bring that up every week. We really like to have some bluegrass gospel music to end the show, and every week. And it's been hard for us to find any. Houston got a copyright strike one night. We thought we had permission. We actually had permission from the singer. We just didn't have permission from the guy that wrote the song. And so live and learn, huh? So I don't know what a strike means, but hopefully it doesn't mean anything too serious. Wow. Well, that's a blast loud, Houston, when you do that.
Sorry about that, but my other headphones are messed up.
Yeah.
I could have just stayed off the show, I guess.
No, you don't need to stay off the show. We just might have to say something again.
We can get Earl to play us a little tune or something.
Yeah, well, actually, he's been promising, and I don't know if we
Oh.
can talk him into doing it live, but he's talking about like recording some stuff and putting up. And if we can't talk him into doing one tonight, I thought it's been long enough where we could. I'm
waiting on a buddy of mine to come visit me, brother. And when he shows up, I'm gonna try to lay down a track or two for you.
Awesome.
But I'm gonna wait till he shows up. He makes it so much better.
Sawmill
Charlie's gonna be jealous when he sees me, and I ain't gonna say his name.
He sounded optimistic that he could get us some permission, if you will, or copyright free permission.
I believe he can. He's into that bluegrass. Probably more than me, and he's up in Maryland. But boy, he's got a hillbilly heart. He's a clogger too.
I think it's been long enough now where we can play Larry Perkins' the Laid Back Mountain Boys again, if it's short of anything else to end the show. That's a good one. But hey, we still got plenty of time.
That way.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask Ricky one question. You was talking about lumber prices coming down, Ricky. You considered doing any alternative materials? Have you looked at maybe trying some different materials for your hives?
I know Earl's got a load of wood for him whenever he comes up my way, and I'm gonna go by Dean's with him if it's while he's open and get him some even better.
Yeah,
so I can't wait till he comes up my neck of the woods.
Yeah, Shelton, we touched out with some sawmills, and I've got sawmill lumber in before, and it works really good. My only problem with the sawmill lumber is that those guys are not consistent, giving me good product.
Right, yeah. I
I
was meaning was like a composite or something like that, and I didn't mean to cut you off there, Ricky.
No, we've looked at composite also, and we've looked at you get to some beekeepers that they want more natural stuff, more natural wood, and
right
lumber. But then I've had some people that's went as far as, hey, have you talked to Aquamay about making a plastic long horizontal hive or polystyrene or something like that? That's some
right, yeah.
Yeah, so we've touched out with a few different companies, but right now we're stuck right where we're at. That's some
just wood wire. Yeah, it is, ain't it?
got a pretty color to it.
Well, it sure does.
I got a few pieces he blessed me with there, so I'm gonna.
They sure do can make some pretty stuff in the hands of a man like Ricky Roark, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I tell you,
I'd like to see them open one up and the whole top be made out of that right there. Just
Oh
you
my
could lift them
gosh.
out. Oh my lordy, that would knock her eyes out, wouldn't it, Bubby?
Yeah.
I tell you what, our problem with that is a lot of these hives that I build, you know, I don't want to let them go. I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. I want to keep that for myself. And I think somebody asked me on here, how many hives do I have here on the property? And we've got 7 horizontal hives, but I don't get enough time to build enough for myself, to be honest with you. We're building for everybody else. I do have vertical hives because it's, you know, get a swarm, you put it right in that vertical hive, right? I don't have a horizontal hive sitting empty right now.
All I can say to that is Houston, we have a project.
Yeah,
That's a good
That's
time
awesome.
to have.
Hey, Ricky. Speaking of old school horizontal hives, you did a video recently on a log where you took a hollow log and made a hive, didn't you?
That was
a cool
awesome.
video. Let's go check that out, folks, if you hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. 18 bees. If you guys don't know that feller, he does a lot of log hives. And I said, man, I want to build me a horizontal hive. And we found a beautiful log to do that with. And so it was a lot of fun. And, you know, we're going to make another log hive, but we're going to put some frames in this one. It's going to be a little different. And I like playing with stuff like that and doing something a little different. And you learn, we've been doing cutouts. We've done about 6 of them this year in the last 2 months. And you learn that bees can pretty much build in about whatever you can put them in, and amazing animals. They really are.
Garbage cans, water meters.
Yeah.
And
DC Blessed Bees asked how you were liking that log. It really looked cool in the pictures, Ricky, in the little video you did.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot, and I can't wait to catch a bunch of swarms out of that hive. And, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, and I'll tell you here on YouTube, in North Carolina, that hive is actually illegal to have.
Because you don't have removable frames.
Don't have removable frames. But
of course, you guess you could tear them out.
Yeah, if the inspector wants to see them, I'll take the comb right out and hand it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make all kinds of stuff with that wood around here. Somebody was asking a question, and I wanted to say for those of you that didn't know what that was, that's a tiger stripe curly maple, and it's the same thing that Gibson uses to make their guitars with. And the buddy of mine that sells Gibson wood from around here, I go through his scraps, and but I know him pretty good. He took me up on mountain, killed my first deer with me, and so you come up here, Bubby. We'll go see him, and you'll have you enough pretty wood to build whatever you want to, and I'll have my mind to stirring on what I can do with what scraps I got me in Houston, maybe.
That sounds good. Maybe we'll make you a hive out of that, Earl, and a horizontal hive, and see what we come up with.
Well, maybe I'll build you one first.
Ooh, boy, I'd take it in a heartbeat, brother.
It's hard to outgive Earl, Ricky. You know that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll try to give as much as I can. About the only person I know gave her house all the vehicles away.
Well, you know, Earl, in the Bible states this a lot. You know, if you give, God gives back. He always gives you more than you can give. Right. It's just amazing.
You can't outgive him. You cannot outgive him. I bought my first flow hive thinking, oh, I have this cherishable hive. And then I thought, you know, Earl, you think a little bit too much of that hive. So I gave it away. And I got 3 more come in the mail. And I'm like, well, I gave it away, and here comes 3 more. So I give them away. now Flow Hive's commenting on my videos and talking to me and texting me. And I'm like, what world is this?
Right.
Yeah. You walk in faith, things like that
I have
happen.
that blue one on my porch, but if you continue to watch the show, next spring, that's going to go to my nephew, which is Colton. I have his name on that Flow Hive. I'm just building it up for him. And next year I'll give it to him, and I'll set something else there. Probably that old box I got laying out there, and set it up.
Oh, that top bar hive that you built?
No, not that ugly.
Cool.
Probably Probably
That's not ugly, man. I thought it was beautiful.
That's a cool hive, man.
I'm gonna stay Langstroth for right now.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to jump off here. You got a couple other fellers on here, and that I'm sure everybody wants to hear. But I just want to say it was
We
a pleasure
quit at 10 o'clock anyways, Ricky.
Yeah. It's about we're about to wind it down. Ricky, man, thank you for everything. It was great
Thank you so much,
spend some
man.
time with you and your lovely wife Ruth, and thank you for delivering the hive to me again. And
love you, brother. God bless you,
yeah.
man. We appreciate you so much, man. And we look forward to seeing you in the future. And
come back
we'll
anytime.
see what
Okay?
the Lord has to give.
That's right. So,
yeah.
Hey, pop in any night, Rick.
Hey, God bless you, brother.
God bless you,
God
sir.
bless you. God bless you, Bees family.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, man.
Thanks, Ricky.
So Tim, how the bees
Jake,
looking,
what do you?
brother?
Oh, that's not Jake.
Go ahead.
How the bees looking, Tim?
They looking pretty good. We only got one that is kind of looking worrisome. But other than that, that goldenrod's starting to show
you're getting
around
it now, huh? Yeah, we've had it for a while. I had 2 colonies that were a little weak and put some sugar bricks on them and some pollen patties, and man, it just really seemed to fire them up. And so everything seems to be working hard. It's like they know winter's coming, man.
We've been putting a few of the pieces of pollen patty in there, trying to, like I say, get them built up. But
you put peppermint oil in your patties?
Well, what we done that last batch we made, the revised version.
We ground them up.
Y'all ground up like Earl. Yeah, that works too. I just use oil, man. It's helping me big time. I don't have to get back in there in 5 days.
I only jumped in because I wanted him to know I watched this video.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, everything's looking good. Y'all appreciate you asking.
Good deal, buddy. And Mike, what about you, man? You everything's clustering on you now, I guess, huh? 28 degrees.
No, not really. They did definitely settle down, but then we had full sun the next day, and
they come back out.
Yeah, no, it's getting close though. I mean, I'm actually breaking out some of the wrapping, getting ready to do that, but I'm toying around with doing something I've never heard of before. I did a late dose of Formic, 2 10-day 1 pads. And a friend of mine is going to put Apogard on his hives. He's got a pretty good operation. Never heard of anybody doing that. And apparently it doesn't work that good in cool temperature. And if there's any type of winter bees that still might be laid, I don't want to shut the queen down. So I'm toying around with the idea, ask all you guys about this, to when I pull the pads off, the second pad off on, thinking about throwing a third one down for 10 days. Third pad of formic acid. So 1 pad 10 days, second pad 10 days.
Do you have any brood? Brood, Bob?
Yeah.
Ain't you afraid that the second pad could cause burning?
I'm only doing 1 pad, Earl, in a double deep.
I mean, you said you was going to do 2 pads and then do 1 pad. Is that what you was talking about?
Oh, no. I'm doing a single pad 10 days and then
a third treatment.
Oh, yeah. As per the directions on the box.
And as cold as it is up there, I mean, everybody. Of course, I've never used it, but as cold as you are, it probably wouldn't be as hard on your queens, right?
I've never done it that way, but from what I've read, they say that it is less hard on the queens, but it doesn't always penetrate brood as well.
No, the single pad. No, the single pad. If you have thin cappings, it might get into it, but no, that's why you're spacing them out over that period there, and that's why I was thinking. I'm a little surprised. I have never heard of anybody doing a 30-day treatment like that. So I just wanted to bring that up.
I don't know why, but I haven't never done that either. I've always just done I figure, I guess I'm thinking in my mind, I'm hitting them with both barrels, but that's the double barrel hillbilly strategy.
Yeah. So we, when that happens, depending on temperature and everything else, you do get a tremendous amount of bee drop, and it is hard on the queen. She does shut down for a little bit, not so much with a single pad treatment, but I got to thinking, why not do it? Just kind of an outside thing there. So if you guys want to ponder that one and get back to me.
I got to show you guys something.
I kind of wish I could use it. It's just too warm here, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick you up and try to show you guys this if I can.
And hey, I'm glad Spanky posted that. You remember Dirt Rooster was on one out and telling us about his wife Elizabeth and some health issues she's having, and so she and of course we all requested prayer for her. She's doing better, but now we need to pray for Randy's dad,
Yes,
Pat, and so everybody keep that in mind.
Yeah. Sure will.
That'll be Pat McCaffrey.
Yeah, Pat. Yeah, great guy. And that's if Ricky's still on here, I'd remind him again that video where he took that hive down to Dirt Rooster's dad. Wasn't that awesome, man? That was like one of the best videos out there.
It was, buddy.
How much Pat appreciated that.
That's a heart warmer of a video. Make me bigger, Bubby. I want to show you something real quick.
All right.
Every time Gunline comes on, I think of this right here.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That's my son and my grandson, if y'all can see that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
yeah, I can see it, Earl. You just pan down just a hair.
I see him, and I'm like, is that my?
Oh, sorry. Hey, sorry, Earl. I was trying to make you smile. I removed you from the stream for a second.
Oh, that's all right. I quit filming it anyway. But yeah,
he got to be a good dude, Earl.
Yeah.
He is a good young'un. He's made me old before my time. You ain't done that to nobody, have you?
Not yet.
Hey, my papa said you don't pay for your raising until you raise some of your own.
Yeah, I was. He made me a papa. That one he's holding there is about 8 years old now, and my granddaughter, she's 2.
Yeah,
we praying one day, Lord willing.
Hey, you just think about all the people that was in the Bible that done hung it up and said, we can't. And then they did. And before you say anything, it was probably 2 years with my first wife before we ever had any sign of anything. It was over 2 years. And but you just never know when the Lord, he can make it happen. He can do it.
That's it. Our trust is in the Lord Jesus Christ 100%, and that's Amen. Where we just let it lay right there, and
make it happen.
That's awesome, Tim. I can't imagine anybody missing out on that gift.
No, and you find that most like when you get around beekeepers, they're most of them, they're somewhere around 50 years old, and it's easy to see God in the honeybees. It's just, how can everything be so perfect?
That's really true.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a magical creation for sure.
Well, he programmed them things to do what they do, just the same as us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame we don't mind as well. We don't seem to mind as well, I think.
He says the measure of a land is its milk and honey, and America sure is blessed with milk and honey. And so,
yeah. Well, fellas,
outlaws, man. It's past 10 o'clock, ain't it, buddy?
It's coming up on 2 hours. And anybody got any final thoughts before I crank up Larry Perkins and the Laid Back Mountain Boys to take us on home?
I do real quick here.
Let's hear
I'd love to see you guys reach out to Ian Stepler and have him on.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I have reached out to him, and he said he would be happy to do that in the future sometime, but we haven't ever set up with a date because right now he's running combine day and night pretty much. And when his season lightens up and he can, we're going to have him on for sure.
Yeah, that's great, Earl. I mean, I've spent too many mornings starting out at 3 a.m. Combining. You got to do it when you got to do it.
That's right.
Yes, sir. That's
what he's
make hay when the sun shines.
And I bet he'll do it. So that's wonderful.
Oh, he will. He's never lied to me.
Wellspring.
Yeah. Hey, great suggestion, Mike. And hey, we appreciate you, brother. We want you to come on here pretty soon too as our special guest. We know we're lucky enough to get to see you pretty regular, but we'd like to get you on a little early and ask you all kinds of questions that might not be about beekeeping. Who knows?
Well, you know something, I'd love to. I got to take a laptop out and we can sit out in the with the bees.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
just kind of a winter operation there. It's just kind of fun. But God bless, guys, and I'm gonna have to head out. You guys are gonna play the end there, and thanks so much.
We're going after that, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes we hang around in the back studio for just a minute, so that's up to you though. No,
usually at our age, usually at our age, we're needing a restroom break by now, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody close to my age understands that, I know.
Amen.
But hey, always good to see you, Mike, brother, and Tim.
Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Take it easy, man.
Hey, Spanky, he just left. Good to see you, Spanky. But hey,
God
folks, we're gonna.
God bless your bees.
Yeah, God bless everybody. God bless your bees and your families. And this, I like to play this song. This was a what a friend we have in Jesus. We talked about that earlier. You can't find a better friend. And this was a song that Larry Perkins was in a band called the Laid Back Mountain Boys. They recorded this song at Cash Cabin Studios in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And
don't forget,
what's
next
that?
Thursday we have Greg Burns, and don't forget Tuesday night, 8 p.m. is Bob and Lee, Kodiak Farms Walker Bee Ranch. Wednesday night, as always, Stream Team with Bruce, Greg, and Brian. And then Thursday night we follow up with Hillbilly Hives Live, 8 p.m. where Greg Burns will be joining us as next week's guest on
thank you for saying
Hillbilly Beekeeping.
Yeah, we'll be on Hillbilly Beekeeping next week, and as Earl said, don't forget about Bob and Lee Tuesday nights, and then the Stream Team on Wednesday nights. And hey, thank y'all for coming. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your bees. Here's Larry Perkins and Laid Back Mountain Boys, Cash Cabin Studios in Hendersonville, Tennessee.